Our job is, okay, this is good. This is a good time to talk about this. Right in the middle of the comp plan. Our job is network. When you understand this, it'll change your life. Our job is network marketers. Oh, let me start. You ever heard the saying, you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, right? So drinking is your customer ordering. That's when they're drinking. When they're ordering, it's the horse drinking. So what happens is we're dragging the horse to the water. We don't even know if the horse is thirsty. Our job as network marketers is not to drag the horse to water, not to get them to watch a video they don't know why they're watching a video. By the time I'm done with something, they're like, send me the damn video already. Like, my job, your job is to make them so thirsty, they're begging you to take them to the water. You understand that? And why do they get thirsty? Because they didn't know they had this problem, and they certainly didn't know that this was the solution. And when they realize that they're thirsty and this is their water, or they've got this problem and this is their solution, they naturally want the solution. Do you understand that?
I understand it, but how? You just met somebody, what do you say? You're out of the blue and you're hitting it.
Like, how did I sign up to Elite Packs? From a half-an-hour conversation at a bar, the guy said, I want money. I said, are you interested in health and wellness? He said, yeah. I said, this is quite possibly the best avenue then. It's a low startup. You can build internationally. You can build whenever you want, and you can grow a team of customers and distributors and make as much money as you want. How much do you make? 75 grand last month. Okay, I'm in. That was it. His problem, he told me very quickly, is I've been looking for an opportunity to make money. And I said, do you know a lot of people? He said, yeah, he's 64 years old. I said, do you know a lot of people with a health problem? He says, everybody. And I said, do you think you could get a few people on the product? He said, yeah, I can. And I'm on Facebook, and he's an actor. So he's like, I have 1 million followers and this and that. And I'm like, okay, well, let's roll. And then Adele, who was sitting in between us, is like, well, I want in. And they're just friends, and they're not sure if they're going to date, so they both wanted to join. They both called me and joined me directly. They may or may not work together. I think I'm going to put him under her because she's way cool, savvier. He's like, how do you post on Facebook? I'm like, Adele, can we help him? And they live like 2 hours from me, so it'd be nice to. So again, that's a great question. How do you find what they're looking for? There's a ton of acronyms. FORM, FORD. I like FORD, Family, Occupation, Recreation, Dreams. If you talk to people and actually ask them questions, we're so excited. We're so excited. Calvin just told me I've got a sore elbow. We're like, oh, Calvin, we're gonna get you all fixed up with some Nerf too, right? We go, whoo, like we're like, water, get up, come on, drink, right? But if you actually have conversations with people, they will literally start telling you their problems. I don't know why. They will literally start telling you your problems. Strangers start telling you their problems. Like, it's almost like they hand it to you on a silver platter. Oh, what do you do? What does it do? And I get a little looser when I'm one-on-one on an airplane with someone. I'll be like, oh, what was inflammation? Oh, well, I got neck pain. Is that inflammation? Yes, it is. You didn't hear that. Anyway, you see what I'm saying? People will tell you about their problems. They're basically saying, sell to me. People want to buy. They don't want to be sold, by the way. People want to buy. They want a solution. Who wants to be broke and unhealthy? Right? I literally walked around my first 2 years saying, hey, do you know anyone that wants to make money and get healthy? Nobody said no. There you go. There's a script. Do you know anyone that wants to healthy and make some money? What do you got? That's what they said. What do you got? Tell me, which one are you more interested in? Well, I think everyone wants to be healthier. Start asking questions. Which more are you interested in? Why do you want to make more money? Get down, keep asking him questions. It's never money. People don't want money. A pile of money sitting on your table means nothing. What do they want the money to bring them? I don't want debt. I don't want to work for that boss that doesn't appreciate with me anymore. I want to be home with my new baby. I want to travel in my retirement. I want to pay for my daughter's wedding, right? What is the money going to bring them? What is their why? What is the reason they're open, right? Well, hey, I don't know if it's for you, but I was working full-time in mortgage and I never saw my baby. I never saw my kids. And when the moment the nanny told me that she took her first steps, I knew I had to make a change because I was miserable the next day going to work, and the next day after that, and the next day after that. And coincidentally, about a month before, my sister had told me about this network marketing thing. I joined, but I had not done anything. And I took it serious. I went to an event, and 6 months later, I quit my job. 8 months later, I replaced my six-figure income. In 15 months, I tripled my six-figure income. I don't know about you or why, but all I know is this could be an opportunity for you to get that why. You understand? Let them tell you. See, my friend Angie, she was probably like, because she was entrepreneurial, but probably thought if this product does work, maybe I want to build a business. You know? So she became a customer, and 3 weeks later she became a distributor, and then started sharing with people, just casually sharing it with people. She became a Pro 5 in 8 months and sold her traditional business and went all in, right? So for everyone it might be different. Not everyone has wouldn't it be great if everyone had a blue sign, like you're walking through a crowd, it was just like a video game, like arrow just like above their head, and you could run through the crowd, be, excuse me, you, let's go. You got the arrow. Don't you wish it would be a trend to be like, I'm in the market for weight loss. Somebody sell me weight loss. Like, we should all just wear a sign of what our needs are. Wouldn't that be so cool? But you know what? If they're that easy, they wouldn't need us, you guys. You're not getting paid to hear yes. If everyone said yes, we wouldn't be needed. You are getting paid to hear the word no, and you're getting paid a lot. How many people have ever had a commission job? What did you make? Or what did you sell? Oh, yeah. Do you know what a car salesman makes? Anybody? Like 1% or something. 2%? Is anyone can substantiate that for me? What does a realtor make? 3%. Or 1.5, right? Or 3, I don't know. 6. If they negotiate, that is not set in stone. My dad was a realtor for 40 years. He's like, don't ever pay 3% or 6%. I'm like, don't worry, I won't. I think the highest I've ever paid was 4. It's negotiable. So 40% is pretty generous. By the way, it's probably one of the highest in the network marketing field. I think there's one that pays more, but it's their PV to BV ratio it's really like 30%. So ours is literally one of the highest. Okay, it's up there in probably the top 3 to 5. Okay, so sell product to a customer, sell product to a distributor, doesn't make a difference. You sell product first month, you get 40%, right? Smart start. I don't even know this. Help your team. I don't know what's this. Oh, see, I voted to get rid of that. 100 PV to 200 PV. That's like one customer. Just go get 2 customers instead of 1. Like, why wouldn't you just I'm not a minimum mindset person. So when someone asks me like, what if I sell 199? Don't. Sell 200. Just ask them if they want hand cream. Like, do you know McDonald's, I read it so long ago, I can't remember that, like increase their sales like billions by asking one question, would you like fries with that? Why don't you go to everybody and say, hey, do you want good results or extraordinary results? Because what I saw in the Tri-Synergy, I don't know where that graph went on the website, but it shows that it increases the, by itself, Nerf 2 is like 40%, and then it goes to 224%. It's like 1,700% better if you use it with the other 2 products. Why would you ever go, no, I just want mediocre results? Like, that changed my life when I saw that. They work together. That's why it's called a synergizer. Those 3 work together. Find those. I'm going to need to put them back on the website. I don't know why they took them off. That was the best upsell tool in the world. All right, launch bonus. Sign up people. What is this? Oh, those are uplines. So you help your people get paid, you'll get a snippet of it. All right. I don't know. Everyone's like, what's your breakdown of your paycheck? I'm like, I haven't looked at my paycheck in like 4 years. I look at one thing. I get all these hyperwallet, because I have 4 accounts. I have my husband's and 3 BCs, and I will look at this amount's being transferred, and then it goes to my bank, and I never see it again. Like, I don't ever look at my paychecks unless someone asks me, hey, will you go on your paycheck and ask me? Like when someone's close to Pro 8 and they want to know what the Pro 8 bonus is, that's probably the only time I ever go into my paycheck, right? Goals, yeah. Sorry. Can you hear me okay? I feel like it's, okay. All right. Unilevel. This is what I'm saying about building a team. Okay? Very basics. You get paid on 9 levels. What does that mean? It means if they're sitting on your first level, they're level 1. If they're sitting on your second level, they're level 2. And there's a dandy little report called Detailed Genealogy, and you can sort by levels and see how many people are on each level, right? You get paid 2% on your first and your last level, right? And then 5, 9, and then all of this is 5, right? Which is 43%. Now, here's the cool thing, is once you get to elite, every leg that you don't have an elite, you get paid 2% infinitely. Does that make sense? Because the computer pays it out. So that pays down 9%, or down 9 levels, but it also pays up. It's the hardest thing that, don't even worry about that. Tyler explained that to me. That's the hardest part of the comp plan. But just know that it pays infinitely, because it's going to pay that 2% out. So build a big team. Oh, here we go, dandy. So see, as a Pro 7, you're eligible for that 9th level. So someone on the 11th level is a Pro, not here yet. They're like, okay, well, we got to go up and find the first, Pro 7 and pay it. So that goes infinitely. So you technically do get paid past the 9th level once you're an elite. It's an infinity bonus, basically. It used to turn on in my last company, and this one is just built in. So here's your goals. So you don't even have to be really creative. In fact, you can just pick one and be like, that's my goal, and you can put it on a piece of paper, and you can give yourself a date, and you're going to say, this by this date, I'm going to be this goal. How many people are running their tail off for Croatia? It's going to be my birthday. You should come. Yeah, my birthday's September 12th, and it's the 9th to the 15th. I'm like, thank you. Yeah, hey, who wants to come to my birthday party? It's in Croatia this year. So I have 150-something points, 151 points. Yeah, oh yeah. That would be my worst nightmare, is ever having to I've never missed a trip in 14 years. Every incentive trip ever put in front of me, I've never missed one. And by the way, every time I see it, I go, oh God, this one's gonna be so hard. But then I just work, and I follow the rules, and I just put a plan, and I do as much as I can. The reason I'm enrolling so many people right now, I will double dip this month, right? Because I want Croatia points. I want to get it done as quick as possible, so that I can just focus on how many more people can I get there. Angie's almost there. I got people that, Rachel's almost there, Kristen's almost there, like my elites. And we're the ones that supposedly our warm market was gone a long time ago. How did Rachel Pekarik find 18 new people to enroll last month? She's been at this for 14 years, you guys. She's enrolled over 1,000 people. The corridor principle, she keeps opening her business every day. She does through social media, through referrals, through interactions. Because it keeps pulling, and I feel like it's going to come out. Okay. We open our business every day. I close down on Sundays a little bit, but I still do social media every Sunday. You guys want to learn about social media? Because it's probably bringing in about 1,200 or 1,300 customers a month through my team, so you should say yes, an emphatic yes. It's the easiest thing to do. All right, GenMatch, you get paid 10% on everybody enroll for the rest of your life on their royalty commissions, and there's no cap on that. And so that's where this comes in. So let's say in the life of your business, let's say project out 10 years. You enroll 5 people, enroll 5, enroll 5, enroll 5, enroll 5. You're going to get paid, I think all this added up is $3,900, right? Around $3,900? Yep, exactly $3,900. So if you get these, you're going to get paid 5% of 3,900 people's checks. Let's just play a fun game, okay? 3,900 people, because you're going to get paid 10% of these, and then 5 of these, okay? Let's play a fun game. Let's say they all just made $100. Okay? You know what $5 on 3,900 people is? $19,500. That's when it's called fun money. And that is about half of my check. check match. You get paid to help people get paid. If you just help getting people paid, this stuff you'll learn. But what did I do when I got into the company? I printed out the comp plan, and I studied it, and I studied it, and I studied it, and I studied it. Why? Because I wanted to make sure that I was maximizing mine and my team's efforts to get the maximum commissions. Value, okay? I hope the new people, I'm not scaring you, but I make almost $900,000 a year. It's worth 40 hours of training. It's worth it, kids. You know, I'm trying, I can only tell you what I've done, but it's worth it. And I got in the company 6 years ago, for those of you who are wondering. All right, I just explained that. Okay, Elite Pool, awesome. You just get 1% of the entire profit globally is shared, and all the Pro 7s, paid us Pro 7s, share 1%. So obviously the pool gets higher. I think it's about $1,200 a month, so it's about $15,000 a year raise if you hit Pro 7. Pro 8 is around $3,000, $3,200. So that's a $40,000 a year raise for hitting Pro 8, maintaining it. Pro 9 is about $6,500, about an $80,000 a year raise. So you can give yourself raises in network marketing. That's the fun part. You can work harder, work more, do more, get more paid. No job except for, well, actually mortgage, but I still only had so many hours in a day. I could have never made half of what I make now, ever. And have ever had any sort of, I worked my tail off and I made $150,000 a year. Like that was probably all that was possible, right? Because I was working 40 hours a week. I wasn't going to do that more. So that's another thing I love about network marketing is you actually get to control your raise. And the joke was, you know, some months I've had some pretty big leaps of, you know, 10,000 increase and stuff. And when my husband still worked, he's been retired since, not working for a job since 2012, but when he was still working, I was like, oh, how's your COLA? Cost of living adjustment, 3%. I'm like, you just got a 3% raise. I just got like a $10,000 a month raise. Like, that's the difference between network, you know, being your own boss, is that you can actually give yourself raises. Bonuses, 100,000, 250, 500,000. I can't wait for that. It'll be fun. Business centers, you just get multiple positions, and what's cool is that they actually, like, I don't know how this is all working, but okay, so I have me. My BC1 is me. That BC1 is you, by the way. I don't know what this is about, but anyway. So I enrolled myself. I'm a BC2 and my BC3. And then my husband's here. So every order that goes to my husband, I get 2,595. So I don't just get 5%. Once you have multiple business centers, now look, everything that comes in under my BC3, I get, you know, let's say it's on my second level, I get 595. Now I'm making 19% commission. Do you see why multiple business centers, you're doubling and triple dipping on the same exact volume? Get it as soon as possible. Get it at Pro 4 and Pro 6. ITT, guiding you through how to set up your business. Invite, tool, team. Like I said, everything we do is easy to do. It's just easier not to do. So I just enrolled my 2 elites, and the first thing I sent them was a launch guide, and I got them set up, and they actually went through the launch guide in the app, which is a little hard for me because we did a video, because when they asked me, I'm like, I don't know, I've been in for 6 years, my app doesn't have that. She was like, oh, I've just gone through all the training. I'm like, she goes, oh, the launch guide. I'm like, we have a launch guide training? I don't pay attention. I'm sure it was probably taught, but I don't. I'm still like the old paper person. But it's important for them to know all the support they have for their business. The website, the back office, customer call support. Do you want to hear a fun fact? Because I went Pro 6 my first month and Pro 7 my second month, do you know that I've never called customer service? I've always had an account manager. Get to Pro 5 if nothing else, because you have an assistant. It's like an assistant at corporate, and they're awesome, all of them. All the people. I love you guys, all of the people that are hearing. Anyway, customer support. People might need to have some support. Facebook group, marketing playbook. The marketing playbook is so good. It's the best tool that's the most underutilized tool. Remind me somebody to talk about that when I talk about social media, please. Help them put a schedule. Here's what I found in my 14 years, that life is a vacuum. It's like, have you ever tried to build a sandcastle with your kids on the beach? What happens? Or have you ever dug a hole in the beach? That's what my life's like. If you don't reinforce your walls with a calendar, nothing's going to happen. How much spare time do you have a day? You do? You have too much? Well, hey, let's go. Can I have some of it? So spare time, I guess you look retirement age, might be something that somebody, mythical land will happen sometimes. I don't have any spare time. I never did when I was raising my family, right? It was get up to alarm clock, go to work, go grocery shopping after work, go home, cook dinner, clean it up, do their homework, get them in the bath, read a book, tuck them in, collapse on the couch at 9 o'clock, pay some bills, watch an hour of TV, and go to bed, like Groundhog Day, right? And so what I found was, if you looked at my life, the only hour I had that seemed to be spare time was the hour after my kids went to bed before I went to bed. That was really only my spare time. And I thought, well, I can't build a business. I'm not gonna call people at 9 o'clock. I can't do meetings at 9 o'clock, right? So I had to, again, I had to put it in my calendar. I had to say, hey, this Tuesday and this Thursdays, I'm gonna do meetings, right? So this is pulling, it's driving me crazy. The heck is this thing? Sorry, it's like every turn, it pulls my ear. Trying to just give it some slack. Okay, I don't care if it's hanging out. So I had to be structured. I had to be committed to it. You understand? So if you don't put it in your calendar, it's probably not gonna happen. And I'd say, do your personal development whenever you can. So that's not in my calendar because I do as much of it. I'm insatiable. I have 500 books I wanna get to. I can't wait to get to the next book. I can't wait. Great book, Be Obsessed or Be Average by Grant Cardone. Listen to it. Don't read it, listen to it. I listened to it 3 times in a row. So my husband and I we live in Scottsdale, Arizona, where they have spring training, and we're Giants fans because we live in the Bay Area. You gonna take a break? Okay. And I think baseball's so boring. It's so boring. I love watching my daughter's softball. I could watch it for 12 hours a day, but baseball. So I put in an earbud and I was listening to that. He's like, are you listening to an audiobook? I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay. I'm like, you do you, boo, I'm here. Happy to be here with you. But, so I don't have to build in my personal development because it's already built in, right? I try to walk, my workouts, I probably should put it on my calendar because we're really not having as much as I can. But the other things in your life that are important to you, you probably have on your calendar, right? Because if I didn't have my dentist appointment on my calendar, guess what? I'm gonna forget, right? Hair appointment, nail appointment, whatever. I have to have those on my calendar or they're not gonna happen. So I think it's weird that people wanna be really successful, but they don't wanna have a professional calendar. Every time someone asks me, 3-way call, whatever, it goes immediately in my calendar, because if not, I'll forget. So please, if you haven't done this is something I would do as often as you can, is look every week in advance and say, what days do I want to commit to working my LifeVantage business? Because we'll talk about the ITT. It's good to show your why. Now your why will change. My why is completely different now because my why was to be home with my kids and have more money, and I do. So now my why is different. My why is to help other people have that. Goals, and it's so cute. My gal, the Elite Pack that I signed up last week, she did this and she screenshot it because it said share this with your mentor, and she sent it to me. And she wants to be Pro 7. I'm like, woohoo! I like those goals, but she's doing it, which is awesome. Products, training, get plugged in. It's not negotiable. When people are like, well, should I go to the LifeVantage Academy? Well, are you a millionaire yet? Or are you, doesn't matter, millionaire's not success. Are you as successful as you want to be yet? No? Well then heck yeah. Because I promise you, if Nectar has a convention, and there's this one Nectar franchise that makes 1.2 million a year, operating costs are about 40%. So the guy's raking in 600,000 from one location in profits. This could be very profitable. So I said, okay, I know losing money is the worst and this is the best. Guess where my mindset is? I'm going to go find out what he does. I will stalk him. I will go into his town. I will go interview him if I have to. But if they had a convention where they had the top 10 franchise owners and I could fly in and pay for a ticket and listen to them, I would be front row seating. Do you understand that? There is no shortage of mentors. The mentor, the teacher, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. There is always someone. When I first got in, oh, Tara, my upline, blah, blah, blah. There's always someone. I never had upline support in my first 3 companies, and I don't need it now, right? I just don't need it. But my mentors are Tony Robbins and Jim Rohn and Zig Ziglar and Big Al Schrader and John Maxwell and like all the Grant Cardone. You don't have to have somebody. What we do is easy to do. Nobody needs to teach you how to sell your last minute business. You have to talk to everybody you possibly can, get them on the products or get them in the business, right? We have a launch guide. We have training. Like, be your own leader. Lead yourself. It's not that hard. Nobody needs Marcel. Nobody needs Carrie, right? There's nothing they can do other than show you how they did it. And I promise you, it's all the same. Go read a network marketing book. It's all the same. It's all the same. Get people interested, give them information, follow up, okay? I don't know what that means. But there's like silly money to be made. These are monthly incomes. Monthly incomes. There's the average, there's the biggest, right? I'm like right there. This is what's possible with people in your company, with your products, your customer service, your websites, your apps are doing, right? So you have to decide where you want to go because success is a decision. It's just a decision. I'm either going to yes, do it or no, right? It's a decision, just like every other decision in your life, right? But then you have to actually go do it. That's the hard part because it's easier to Netflix and chill, right? So this is all I've been doing my entire career, piquing curiosity. Do you know anyone that wants to get healthy and make money? Sure, what do you got? Watch this video. Come to this presentation, right? Now it's watch this video, which I still use the ABC video, but it's so old. Science doesn't change. You drop an apple, it's still going to go to the ground. Gravity, science is science. It's gotten better. In fact, what I love about that video is I'm like, you're going to see the researcher's going to hold up a mice and it says, will this actually transmit to longer life? Well, studies are underway to find out. That was in 2006, guys. In 2016, that study was published and showed that it did extend life. Okay? Powerful. And that's something I highlight when someone asks. I'm like, hey, watch for the mouse. And I'll tell you something when you're done, because then I can tell if they're done. Then I know if they watched it, right? There's a little fun hack to find out if they watched it. Say, ooh, when you see the mice, think about what he says. I'm going to tell you something fun. I'm going to give you a spoiler, okay? So get him the video, and then I give him an overview. What overview? My current one. Go grab a PowerPoint or grab one from your upline if you're not confident yet. Here's what should be on your overview. Everything someone needs to make a decision for the most part. And what you're going to find is that people are going to ask the same questions over and over and over again. What's the product? What does it do? What's the solution? What's the problem? What's the solution, right? What's the problem? What's the solution? And how do I make money? So my overview is just everything I want. So I require even my personals, those 2 people that just enrolled, Vernon and Adele, both watched my overview. Why? Because I'm not a tool. I want time freedom. If I had to do the presentation to everybody and a half an hour at a time, 10 presentations is 5 hours. Why would I do that? Record it once, you're on autopilot, you understand? And then you get on the phone call, so they've watched, I require everybody, before I do a freeway call, it is non-negotiable. If I get on the phone and the person says they have not watched those 2 videos, I say, okay, well look, I'm gonna tell you my story, we're gonna hang up, if you can call, it's 45 minutes of videos, I can reschedule for an hour another time, but you need to watch those. I'm not gonna sit there and say that, oh, you got a live one. No, I got a life. Right? I have kids. I have other things that I'm doing, right? So get into a video, right? Live recorded. There's no shortage of presentations. Yeah.
Do we have access to your?
You can have anything you want. I'll give it to you. Sure.
Oh, yes, please.
My newest one probably isn't, but I'll give it to you. Yeah, just text me. And then if you need 3-way validation, then you could use an upline. I would only say, it's so crazy. Okay, football analogy. So pretend the process is trying to get the ball to the end zone, score the touchdown. So you start here from a prospect saying, okay, I'm interested. Then they get a little bit down, like, okay, I watched the ABC video. Now they're like at the 50-yard line, like, ooh, I watched the overview. Now you put them in a group and they share some stories. Now they're like, ooh, I'm at the 20-yard line now, right? You're getting closer. And then maybe they see another presentation. They get all the way to the 1-yard line, and most people will jump in the end zone if you just go, hey, are you ready to start your business? Or are you ready to get on the products? Or are you ready to place your order? Just ask them a question. They will literally not ask that question. They'll get him on the phone with me, and they'll introduce him and say like, oh, hey, Kelvin's read everything and watched everything. He's in all the groups, and he's ready to start. Well, then start him. They literally don't want to ask a question. So Kelvin, you're ready to start your business? Yeah. What are my options? That's not what a three-way call is for. A three-way call is not, don't give me the ball. You just did all the work. Score the dang touchdown, guys. Your job, I've never used my upline for a three-way call ever in my whole career. You know why? First of all, I love Carrie. Carrie's hopefully retiring, she's living. She's got so many, her business is great. Carrie's not going to be working with Adele. Why would I ever want Adele to meet Carrie when she's going to be working with me? I have to sell Adele on me. Now, if you're a pro, that's different. If you're like a pro 2 or 3 and you got a pro 5 and you're like local, like get him on the phone with me. But when someone 17 generations with 4 elites is calling me for a three-way call, I'm like, is nobody else available? Like, I'm probably not going to work with that person. They're probably going to work with that person, that person, that person. You know what I mean? I'm not even the leader of the team group they're in, right? So a three-way call is if you can't get someone moving forward, maybe somebody at a higher level can, if you're new, you may not know the answers to the questions. That's when the three-way call is. But I have elites calling me like, can you do a three-way call? I'm like, no, but you probably got this. I bet you can. Now there's a difference in like three-way calls or elites. It's like, I want to do a welcome call with you. I want to edify you. So I'm just going to use Angie because y'all heard. Angie's a pro 8. I don't think Angie's ever, outside her first month maybe, I don't think she's ever called me for a three-way call because Angie was selling them on Angie, right? But Angie might say, hey, I want you to meet this person, and then the good news is I can edify Angie and congratulate them for making a great decision. But I'll just tell you, use three-way validation only if you need it. Try to sell them on you. People follow people with big vision. Hey, I'm going to the top and I'm looking for a handful of people to run with me. We're going to help people get healthy. We're going to make a lot of money. Do you want in? Get some information. Let's go. You don't need to introduce them to an upline 4 states away that may or may not ever be part of their run. You see what I'm saying? Be confident. They're gonna buy you. See? That's gonna be the best trip ever. Just get there. All right, 2 a day every day. 2 a day is the minimum, by the way. And you can't get to big goals with minimum mindset, okay? Kristen Bailey, she's a pro 7. She had never done network marketing. She was a bartender by night, bartending, cleaning up the bar, going from her bar clothes, changing into her boot camp clothes, and opening and doing boot camps at 5 a.m., and then going home for her son who was in autistic schools, and then going home, helping him, and then sleeping a little bit and doing it over and over again. She had no experience in network marketing, no nothing. She had a shoulder injury, I think. Sorry, it's either knee or shoulder. And so I enrolled Angie. Angie enrolled Jane. Jane was a piano teacher, and I'm sure you can imagine the wear and tear of teaching piano for a long time. So Angie introduced the information to Jane, who got on as a customer and then became a distributor. And Jane was kind of upset because her favorite boot camp instructor, Kristen, wasn't there, out for an injury, and said, hey, Kristen, I think I have something that'll help you. Long story short, it helped Kristen. It helped Kristen's son and engagement and mood and all that stuff. And so much so that Kristen's like, everyone needs to hear about this. And so I started noticing all these people coming in, and this Kristen, and I called Angie. I'm like, who is this chick? She's like, she is on fire. So I said, I messaged her. I'm like, well, come out and meet me. We only lived a half an hour apart. I'm like, I want to hang out. I spent 4 hours with her. And I said, where's your list? And she goes, I don't have a list. I'm like, oh, you need a list. She goes, why? And I was like, well, how do you know who you're going to contact? She goes, this changed my life. I'm going to tell every single person I ever meet for the rest of my life about this. Talk about mindset. Guess what? She enrolled 176 people in her first 120 days. Big mindset, big vision, big goals, big actions. She would meet people for coffee and tell them all about it and say, da-da-da-da-da, form, find out what they're, and she would get them on the products. 176 people in 120 days, right? So 2 a day is if you just need a number. For me, I have my life, I have my kids, I have personal interests, and other than that, I do LifeVantage around it, right? All the time. I put my line in the water every single day. Upcoming events, you got Orlando. Is that on your calendar? Are you planning to be there? See me? I'll be there, because I've never missed an event. Oh, I don't think the back one wants to work. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, the rest are other countries. Okay, so our next event is in Orlando. You should be there. Why? Because that's where you go. Ooh, and then this is right down the street from my house. I'm hoping, no, I'm not hoping. My goal is to do my Pro 10 celebration in my hometown so my kids can see me get that. That's my goal, because I want my kids to stand on stage with me and get that. So global is my goal. Okay. All right, so we're gonna take a break before we go into the magic world of power of belief in yourself.
And my break is, Tara's taking a break. We're gonna keep going, guys. We're gonna do some fun giveaways. Who doesn't wanna win some free stuff? Right? Hey, that is the key. You always want free stuff. That does not ever change, right? Right? Oh my gosh, guys, how many of you guys came in this morning and your cup of motivation was halfway full, halfway empty, depending on how you look at that? Now where's your cup? Mine is overflowing. I've been sitting in the back of the room taking notes. I hope you guys at home are also having that experience. It's been amazing. When I said Tara was gonna bring it home, she was gonna bring it home. Is she not bringing it home? Oh yeah. So one of the things I've been taking notes on here in the room is we have a lot of new people, right? Raise your hand if you are new to LifeVantage. Okay. Kim, come join me.
All right.
Everybody had a personal invite to Croatia from Tara, right? It's her birthday. We all want to get there. Kim, what did we announce this month that is helping all our new distributors get to Croatia?
All right. So you're new, you want to bring on new distributors, and they're going to say, 250 points, how am I going to make it to Croatia? Okay, for 2 months, when you bring on a new distributor, they will get triple points for any new distributor they enroll. Triple points is huge. So bring them on. You guys can do this, right? Everyone wants to go to Croatia?
If you have enrolled in the month of November, this is your opportunity to have triple the points to earn your way to Croatia. How many of you guys want to earn the trip of a lifetime? I know I do.
Yeah,
You're like, I want front row. I'm there.
And if you just enrolled in the month of November, this applies to you. You can earn triple points for every new distributor you bring on, and then help them do the same thing.
Exactly. So this is amazing. I just wanted to touch base on that so that you guys all are aware of the opportunity we have going on this month. I also wanted to note, we talked about Orlando. At the moment, we do not have a link that will send you to your hotel. We look forward to have that information soon, so please stay tuned. We want to see you all in Orlando, and that link will be going up shortly. What else do we have?
Hi to all my virtual people. Aloha to my Hawaii people.
There you go. Thank you, thank you. Well, most of you guys are saying your cups are full, right? We want to give Tara a few minutes to go ahead and regroup. So, talk to me, guys. I have some giveaways. What should we give away today?
What do you have?
Oh, I have a lot of fun things back there. Who wants to earn free stuff? Raise your hand.
Let's do it. Right?
Well, first off, I need some more energy. Who wants to earn free stuff today? There we go. I think the room was falling asleep for a little there. Just because Tara's gone, guys, doesn't mean the energy has to go down, right? So let's see. In this second session, what have you guys gotten? I've got a lot. One, I want to know how she's got those beautiful green eyes. You know, she talked about that. Depending on what you eat, you can change your eyes. So I'm going to have a conversation with her after this because that's definitely on my list. But other than that, what is something that you guys have that has stood out to you guys? You want to go grab them?
Well, just self-help, the training that you can get with audios, books, because you have to change your mindset, some of us.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much.
My favorite takeaway today was most people quit because well, first of all, they base their whole business on just the small group of people they know, family, friends. And then they work on those people. And when those people say no, they're like, okay, I've talked to everybody and I'm done. This isn't for me. But what they don't understand, it's the people in their future that they will find from other people. Love that.
Definitely. Thank you. Let's see. We're going to get you a t-shirt. Do you have enough t-shirts yet? Who's next?
I like the increase your value, increase your income.
Awesome. Thank you so much. One of the takeaways I loved out of that is that she said she's still building. She said Rachel Picard is out there still building. What happens? You never stop building your business. What does that bring you? Where did she point at on that screen where she was at? How many of you guys want to get there? Right? Let's do it, guys. Now that concludes this session. We're going to bring Tara back up as she closes out for the afternoon. Thank you so much.
And if anyone has to go to the bathroom, feel free to go.
But I don't want to miss a second.
Run. Just kidding.
I'm on it.
Okay, I'll make this first part something that you want, but okay. All right, let's I want to give you as much focused effort, and I'm pretty sure that whatever you guys are struggling with, that most people are. Have you ever watched a comedian and you're like, how do they know exactly that I do that same thing? And we all realize we're all totally ridiculous, and we're all airheaded, and we're all funny, and we're all like, you notice that you think you're so weird until you hear a comedian, and you're like, oh, that's such a thing that everyone's laughing, like you all do that? You know, so we all are pretty similar. We all have pretty much, you know, a range of similarities, and we all grew up in here, you know, we're here in the US, and we, for the most part, I didn't grow up with an entrepreneur parent. I didn't grow up, I was told, go to school, get a job, well, same thing, right? What are you guys struggling with? I so want one of these, whoever can hook me up. I'll get one, don't worry. Can I have one of these? Can I have one of these? Do you have any more? I know a guy, So what are the areas that you guys feel that you struggle with the most? And please, I want as many as we can, so be honest. What belief?
I've struggled a lot with like self-limiting beliefs.
Okay, you think that people think because you're young or whatever.
Stuff like that, but also just like personal stuff of like my capability of like being worthy and able to do it.
Okay,
So
all right. Okay, so capable, capable, worthy. Okay, what else?
No.
Hearing no? Oh, that's an easy one. Have you read Go for No?
Pardon me?
Have you read Go for No?
No.
Put that down. That literally changed my life, and it's a book you can literally read in an hour. It's 100 pages. It's tiny. It's a little thin guy. It's a little half book. Okay, hearing the word no. What else?
Am I worthy of it?
Okay, got worthy.
Am I worthy of it?
Yes, you are. Because you are God's child, and you are meant to be as happy, healthy, and wealthy as you possibly can be. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Sometimes I
That
don't know
was a
what
big
to share.
one. Oh, man.
Yeah,
Belief
just
that he won't, oh, yeah.
belief that I won't damage relationships.
God, that's a good one. Because I think a lot of people struggle with that. Okay. What else? Because you feel like, oh, if someone gets in, they fail, they might, yeah. Yeah, that's on them if they fail. That's a short answer, but I'll do it. Yeah, I know. Okay, what else? What is stopping you from being where you want to be? Because if you had everything you needed to go where you wanted to go, you'd already be there. Like, I clearly don't have everything I need because I'd be a Pro 10 already. Jen?
Well, a lot of people worry about what other people think about them. I mean, I think I'm pretty good at that, but we all do, no matter what. Like, we just worry what our kids think on social media. That's a big one for me. We have 5 kids, and, you know, when they see my posts, sometimes they make comments like, "Oh, Mom, I'm so embarrassed."
Oh,
Yeah.
are you cringy?
Yeah.
My kids tell me
Yeah, I'm
every day how
cringy,
cringy
yeah.
I am. Because I've been doing reels, and my daughter was at my other, and I could see that she viewed my reel. And I was like, "Oh, you guys watched my reel?" She goes, "Yeah, we showed it to Tom. You're so cringy." Tom's the dad. I'm like, and I'm laughing all the way to the bank, homie. Like, and I'm like, "Get ready, because I just learned how to do them. You're going to see them all over." Oh, I know. I want the world to see it. I'm not going to. I want them to see it. I want them to believe me, my kids love it. So I'm going to tell you this will probably help you too. When polled, these are the 4 most common fears of all humans. The fear of rejection is first. The fear of ridicule, people mocking you behind your back, is second. The fear of death is 3. People are more afraid of being mocked or ridiculed or rejected than they are of dying. And the 4th fear is failure. These are the 3. So be very mindful. And the more mindful you are of something, the more aware you have of something, the more you're able to overcome it. Be very mindful that to be a very successful, again, at whatever level you want to be, you have to overcome 3 of the 4 biggest fears of all humans. Know that right off the bat. And you asked, what was your name in the red sweatshirts? What was your name? Zoanne. Zoanne with a Z? Zoanne? Okay, that's pretty. I'm guessing, I do have a psychology background. I'm guessing that somebody in your life told you that you're not worthy. I'm guessing it might have been a teacher, a coach, a parent, a sibling, a spouse, a relationship. That somewhere someone planted that seed, and unfortunately you believed it. Okay? This is the hardest lesson I try to tell my kids, because even Rachel, I don't know if you're watching Rachel, she's probably not watching, she's got it. But Rachel's always like, it pisses me off. You really don't get offended. I'm like, I'm unoffendable. If someone says, "Oh, Tara, you're, I don't know, give me a snarky or rude or whatever," I'll be like, it only hurts me if I believe it, right? Great book. I would write this down, The 4 Agreements. Dust that mother off right today. The 4 Agreements. The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. That's probably the most life-changing book I've ever read. Number 1, don't take anything personally. Everybody's opinions of yourself is not actually a reflection of who you are. It's a reflection of who they are. Beauty is truly in the eye of the beholder, right? Because if not, everybody would want your spouse. If everybody thought the same person was the same beauty, like, right? Well, you look around and think, gosh, I'm happy I have mine because I don't like the other ones, right? That's because that's my collection of experiences in my life that have formed that. And so someone might have seen something and thought, well, that doesn't fit in my mold of what I perceive the world to be. And then they say something to you, right? They may be like, "Oh, I don't like your outfit." Well, I don't care if you like my outfit. I like my outfit, right? Expression, because it doesn't fit into what they think is normal. Like, I'm even going through that with my husband right now with my kids. It's like, he doesn't like the way my daughter dresses. And I'm like, but she's expressing herself. She's a good person. You're going to make her self-conscious at 12 years old. Because she's literally beautiful. She's 5'7" thin. She looks like a model. She literally looks like a model. So when she puts on the same tank top as the frumpy friend, she looks sexier. and he can't handle that. And he's like, she doesn't need to look sexy. I'm like, she's not trying. She's wearing the same clothes as her friends. It's not her fault, you know? So we're going through that. And so don't take anything personally, even good or bad, right? Don't let anything in that's not your own opinion, because by the way, almost 8 billion people on the planet, no two people have ever had the exact same situation, not even twins. No two people have had the same situation. We are a sum collection of all of the images, thoughts, words, experiences in our whole life that has formed and is all stored on your hard drive called your subconscious, okay? And your subconscious is 93% or 97%, right? So I'm going to draw this. This is your brain. It's a terrible brain. But you've got your conscious, and that's about 3%. That's who's here today. And then you've got your subconscious, that is a sum total of all the beliefs. Am I worthy? Am I capable? Can I do this? People fail. You're too young. You don't live in the right place. You don't look the right way. You don't have the right personality. You have literally been forming these. How old are you? 21 years. No, you can't. Don't do that. Don't think. Don't dream. Get your head out of the clouds. Literally, we are all programmed to be robots. We're not programmed to be free thinkers. We're not programmed to be entrepreneurs, to solve problems. We're meant to follow the rules, learn what they want us to learn, and go off and get your job. Like, you ever see the Bee movie? You better get your job. I'm the stir, I'm the this. Like, you get your job, and then you fit in society. And then we wonder why people fall flat. Here's something that's interesting. You guys might have gone through it, or you see people. How many times have you brought somebody the information and they are jacked out of their brain? They can't even contain themselves. They're writing big goals down. They're going to call everybody. They're going to go to the moon. They're going pro 10, baby, right? And then the next day, you don't hear from them. Pro 10, you better be calling me every 5 minutes, right? And then the next day, you don't hear from them. Here's why. Are you ready? And when you know, you can fix it. While they were at the meeting, their conscious is sitting there processing that information. Oh, this sounds good. I can do this, right? Oh, if she can do it and she can do it and he can do it, I can do it. But what happens is they go to bed. And guess what happens when you go to bed? Everything that's input for the day needs to be processed by your subconscious, which is a complete sum total of all the beliefs and experiences that you hold to be true because you've heard them so many times that they become true. Like network marketing doesn't work. Have you ever heard that one? Only the people at the top make money. You're gosh darn right they do. That's why my goal was immediately to go to the top. That's where absolutely the people at the top make money. Because when they work and they get to the top, they have to build the entire foundation below. Of course they're at the top making money. They built an entire team, right? All these things that we hear. And all of a sudden, overnight, your computer alerts you and says, boop, boop. So then the next day, when you think about that goal and those dreams, you start feeling nervous, anxious, like sweaty, fearful, stressed. You guys know what I'm talking about? That is what's called fight or flight. That is your brain doing everything it can to keep you alive. Because everything you just heard the night before isn't what you believe. Do you understand that? Unless you were born and raised as a network marketing entrepreneur, health and wellness, you have to overcome a lifetime of programming. Do you understand? That's why I'm insatiable about it. When I first got How to Build Your Network Marketing Business by Jim Rohn, he says, well, what about the people that just don't show up? Don't take that class. Well, what are the people that do this? What about the people? Don't take that class. I listened to that DVD so many times, my husband would be like, and I had a DVD in the car. He was like, are you slow? Like, I'm pretty sure I got it already. My kids would be like, this guy again! You know, Jim Rohn. Don't take that class, right? Because I knew that I had failed miserably. My first 3 months, I lost money. I got rejected so many times. I'm like, ooh, ouch. What do you mean not everybody wants to get healthy and make money? And then my ex-husband, I just want you to know that every one of your friends, so-called friends, they mock you. They call you Mona V because they said that's all you talk about. Okay. I was excited about it. Right? Well, when I quit my job, I don't think anyone was like bashing me anymore, right? When I made more than their husbands, they weren't bashing me anymore, right? And that's a learning process. Of course, I didn't like hearing that, but it didn't stop me. It didn't even stop me a little bit. In fact, I did it just to be ornery after that. Then I would just mock it like, hey, you not buy my purple juice yet? I have friends that were my friends that never supported me. Like, still to this day, have had so many health crises. I know they watch me because they like my stuff on Facebook, and still too much pride. And I know one of them spends so much money, and I was like, you're spending all this money at a nutritionist. You're literally getting products that I have that are better, that have more science and research than yours. But some people won't buy from you, and you know what? Don't care. Oh, yeah. Oh, I know. Oh, yeah. And then she'll be like, hey, now you need to take this. There you go, right? But I understand it's hard to get rejected because I've been rejected. It's hard to be ridiculed because it doesn't feel good until you stop, really, truly train yourself to not care. I literally don't care. I don't, And so when someone said damage relationships, my job is to be as good as I can at what I do. And I'm pretty sure I'm very professional about it. And you look like the kind of guy that looks very professional. I can just tell by the way you dress. I have no doubt that you won't harm any relationships because at the end of the day, what are you offering people? Better health and possible, and it's only hurting them if they are misled into thinking that this is something it's not. I tell people up front, this is a business. You are responsible to build this from ground zero. Meaning, okay, you open a company, now what do? You find people who want to do what you do, and you work together and you train them, and you teach them how to acquire customers. And then once they acquire customers, now they go out and they're able to recruit. And to the degree which you help people, the more successful you'll be. So for me, my core belief is always train. That's why I started doing so much personal development, because what I realized is not everyone is as tenacious as me. And there are so many people that have cobwebs and fears that are so deep rooted, and they're not willing. They think it's nerdy to read a book or listen to a book. So I started doing it so that I could give people little snippets, little trainings. So I started in the last company I was in, I started what's called a daily power call. I had 60,000 distributors in my team in the last company. I started a daily power call. And I said, every day at noon, I'm going to go on this conference call line, and anybody who wants to come on, I'm going to do a topic. And I would post a topic in our Facebook group, like power of belief or blah, 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 whatever. And every day, based on what I was learning and doing and my experience, I would do a daily power call. That call got up to over 1,500 people a day. People wanted it, right? So it's actually like now it's a verb called DPC, daily power call. So Rachel will be like, hey, can you get on my team call Monday night and just DPC him on this? I'm like, sure, right? Because I would just give him those bite size, because if one idea, right? One idea, one light bulb off, and you could change your life, right? Think and Grow Rich is another good book. God, I have so many, I don't even know what to choose from. But basically, there's no such thing as luck. You create your own luck. Luck is when opportunity meets preparation. All of you, without exception, at some point in your life will be met with someone with the potential of Carrie Dickey. I'm just saying that because she's one of the highest bars in the company and she's my friend. All of you will meet a Carrie Dickey in your life. A mom or a personal trainer, somebody that wants more, someone that has it inside of them. Will you be prepared for them? Right? So when I met Christy Vogt, She found out about LifeVantage, wanted to join. She researched on YouTube. She found my YouTube, watched my videos, called me, interviewed me. I was prepared to help Christy vote, right? When Josie Tong, who just launched in the Philippines yesterday, I think they've done like almost 100 now, when she was looking at LifeVantage, again, she went and found me on YouTube, reached out, interviewed me, and I was prepared to help her, right? Because of the level of success. You can only teach people what you've done, right? So you have to go out and do it. You have to get to Pro 1 before you can teach someone how to get to Pro 1. Now, your upline can teach someone how to get to Pro 1, right? But you have to go to Pro 2 before you're able to tell people how to get to Pro 2. I think with hard work, you can get to Pro 3 just on sheer sales. I've had people, Holly McNulty, I know she's watching. Holly McNulty, 1 month, had 12 or 13,000 PV. That's Pro 4 by yourself, right? Andrea Davis right now, the one I said, the dog, she has over 12,000 PV right now. PV in one position. 12,000 in PV, right? She's a Pro 4 all by herself, right? So, but to get to Pro 5, you've really got to build a team, right? So now Andrea has a set of skills that she's been building and knows how to do customers and knows how to work in groups. She's now valuable. Now the next step is she's looking for people like her who have niche groups that might be interested, right? That's the next level. But she can do it because she's a moral authority, because she's enrolled hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, right? So let's talk about capable. Do you have a phone? Do you have a computer? You have eyes, ears, nose, mouth, 2 hands? Yeah? You got a body? You're totally capable. You have all the equipment necessary, right? You are absolutely capable. So that's not a fear. Capable. Of course you're capable. Do you have the desire? The 3 things the 3 common traits of the most successful people that I know have 3 things in common. And when I say desire, I mean a deep desire. A deep desire that I am going to change my life no matter what. A burn the bridge desire to say, I don't care how far I get, but I will never go back to where I was. A burn the bridge mentality, right? When I got in, I had no experience. I was working full time with 2 small kids. I really, truly didn't even believe I could get to $500 a month. When I made $500 a month, I'm like, oh my gosh, if I can do this, maybe I can do more, right? And because I shared that vision, I got people, and then within 3 months, I was making $6,000 a month, and then $9,000. It started just fireballing, right? Or snowballing. Fireballing, that would be the opposite. But I had such a desire to not ever have to drop my kids off at daycare or be able to pick them up when I wanted. I have the desire to be free, a free-range human, to just own my own life. I had a desire to retire myself and my husband from corporate America, a deep desire, right? A deep desire. And so when I went to my first event in Salt Lake City here, it was, I think, 3 months after I joined. My upline said, oh, we have an event, you gotta go. And I was like, no, I'm not going. She's like, well, no, you have to go. And I'm like, I'm not going. I have 2 small kids, I'm away from them enough. I have the money, so that wasn't an objection. I'm like, I actually don't have time off work. I asked for it and they said no. She's like, you have to go. And I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna go. And she said, let me ask you a question. And she got right in my face. This was the gal, the first meeting that I ever went to. They said, if she can do it. She said, if you ask for time off this year, you may never have to ask somebody for time off again for the rest of your life. And I played hooky. I just called in sick that day. And I went, and it changed my life. The first event, they say you never know what's going to change your life. The first event changed my life. When I saw these people that were no different than me having extraordinary success, I knew if they could do it, it was possible, right? What's possible for one is possible for any. So you are capable. It's not ever a matter of capable. You know, the fact that you're here, you're ahead of 99% of people. The fact that you're showing up today shows more than 99%. You're already in the 1% just by showing up here today. So be proud of that. You are capable, right? You just have to have the desire. If, let's just say you don't have a kid, so I can say this. If you had a child and they needed a kidney and you had to go enroll 10 elite packs or they're going to die tomorrow, how quick would you get 10 elite packs in?
Yesterday.
Right. Would you in any part of that scenario, would you fail and let your child die? Oh, so is it a matter of capable or motivation? Right? So my motivation, nobody had to motivate. I didn't need a song of a day. I didn't have my upline have to call me. I was so inner motivated. I had such a deep desire. So that's number one. Number two is you got to be coachable. I can't tell you how many times people come in with all of their amazing ideas. I love all the great ideas. Oh, I'm going to put a billboard up. I'm going to go do flyers. I'm going to do internet ads. And I was like, how long should I let them fail? How long should I let them do this? I say, look, you can do whatever you want because your title is independent distributor, but I'm not an expert. I'm an expert in network marketing. If you want to go where I've gone and do what I've done, you've got to do what I did. That's it. I can't show you a road I've never traveled on, but I can teach you network marketing and I can teach you all the skills and all the ideas, right? But you got to do it the network marketing way, right? There's a reason we do it the network marketing way in network marketing because it works. You're talking about, what, $180 billion a year in sales? It works. We're not guessing anymore. We're good. Network marketing works. At one point, franchises were called a pyramid scheme, by the way, from the US government. And so were network marketing. Thanks to Amway and some of our forefathers, they spent millions of dollars fighting the US government so that we're not considered a pyramid scheme, which is just an illegal exchange of money with no product, right? The reason if someone ever says it's a pyramid, say, well, a pyramid is when money is exchanged hands, but when product is sold and your commissions are paid on product sold, that's just normal sales. That's just the normal way business is done everywhere, right? So coachable. Will you do the things, like to go where you've never gone before? You're going to have to learn to do things you've never done before. When people say this isn't a numbers game, baloney. It's totally a numbers game. I promise you, you talk to more people, you're going to have bigger results. Because you're not looking to sell everybody. That's why we don't teach sales skills. I mean, if I was in sales, John, right? I would be like, hey, John, we're going to put you in some pretend today. We're going to put you in a business today. And I would be all full color press. That's not what we do, right? We're looking for people who are looking. So when you talk about rejection, you're having the mindset that you want them to be a yes and they're a no, and that bothers you, okay? So this is the way I handle rejection. I'm a diner, waiter, waitress, whatever, can I say food server? Please vary your answers. Would you like some coffee? She's ignoring me. This is like the ghost on social media. No, I'm just kidding. Would you like some coffee? I love some coffee. Okay, great. Here you go. Would you like some coffee?
Yes.
Okay, here you go. Would you like some coffee? I quit. I'm never coming back. Nobody wants my coffee. This is not going to work out. I can't take rejection all day. Where'd my pen go? That's as ridiculous as I think it when you guys get rejected and you fall and you die and you wither up in a corner. That's ridiculous, right? Sometimes they just don't like coffee. Sometimes they already have coffee. Like my friends, I have a lot of friends that are doctors and surgeons and multimillionaires. They are already pursuing their dream. Right? Not everyone is miserable. Not everyone sees opportunity. Not everyone's passionate about health and wellness. Not everybody wants freedom. Some people, believe it or not, want to punch a clock for 8 hours a day, know which weeks they're getting a vacation, know exactly what dollar amounts to budget, go home with their, they drive to work in their box, they wake up to a box, they sleep in a box, they go to a box, they sit in a box all day, they punch numbers on a box, they drive home in their box, they eat their box food, they go back in their box, and that's okay. There are some people that literally like that. Those aren't our people, and it's okay, right? And there's people who don't like people. Rule number 1, network marketing, you gotta like people. Gotta be around them a lot, right? It would be a very big hazard to your work if you didn't like people. This is a people business, okay? It's okay. She he might have just drank a cup of coffee on the way in, and he's not saying no, he's saying not right now. I might come around another hour, and he might be like, all right, I'm ready for coffee. It took Angie 8.5 years to come around and say yes to me. Now she's a Pro 8. Do you understand that? It wasn't the right time for her. Her plate was full. Her life was full. Her belief wasn't there. She was pursuing her own dreams, right? She started an amazing business, and that was probably the best thing she could have done for her LifeVantage business, is build her network, right? And she's literally like, you're literally the mayor. So some people will not like network marketing. They won't ever even envision themselves being able to get out of their comfort zone because it's too scary. There are people that don't even want to try because it might bring up too many demons. Who knows? Everyone's different, right? Not everyone wants to do it, and that's okay. You just are sorting. I think it was Carrie, like the M&Ms. You're looking for, she says blue. I don't know why we do blue. Blue's like a melancholy color to me. Red is like hot. Yellow is, they're not going to do it. Brown is poop. I want the orange is like the crazy person, and then the blue is like, oh, I don't know anybody, and it's too, I want to make money, but nobody likes me, you know. Green is like, give me the money. I don't know. You're just looking for people who are looking. And how do you find them? Getting in conversations. Like, it never dawned on me not to see, like, this is how I treated it from the get-go, right? When someone said I would be at a networking group, right, for my business, for the juice business, and people would say, oh, nice to meet you, what do you do? I say, well, I own a juice business, but it's, you know, just starting out, and so I do mortgages to keep the bills. What do you do? All right. I'm like, am I over time? No. And so, do you see that? Most people are so ashamed in network marketing, they're like, oh, I'm in mortgages. Because that sounds so much cooler. I'm like, I own an MLM juice business, and I also, while I'm building it, I have like immediate ownership. I took immediate ownership. Is it really anyone's surprise that I was so successful? I also know this because I saw the tax, like the tax breakdown, my husband. I got into March of 2007, and while working, I made, from March to December, I made $58,000, okay? I don't know what the numbers were for that year. In 2008, I earned $314,000. But do you know how much product I bought that year? $43,000. So I actually made probably like $250,000 or whatever, right? I invested so heavily in my business. That's how I grew it so big. I was constantly selling bottles, giving them away, tasting. I was literally sprinkling purple fairy magic drink everywhere I could. Do you understand that? There's some people that won't even buy a $25 LVA ticket, right? They don't have the desire, okay? So coachable. They say, go to the event. I went to the event and it changed my life. Yes, ma'am.
Can you repeat how you said that you worked another job while you're building your business?
Yeah, so when people ask me what I did, even though I was not successful in network marketing, I didn't have a story, because a lot of people are like, oh, it's easy for you, you have a great story. I didn't. For months I failed, and then I finally was making 500. So when I met people, they're like, oh, hey, what do you do? That's just a natural conversation starter. I said, but now I would say I have a global wellness business, right? And so at the time, this is a different company, I said, I just started a juice business, an antioxidant drink business, but while it's really small, I'm doing mortgages to pay the bills. Because I learned that from Jim Rohn. He said, what a story is it that when your part-time income makes more than your full-time income, right? So I was looking forward to that day of when I can say, well, I just became job optional because my business is now making more than my job, right? That's when you become job optional. So coachable. If someone comes to me, I am not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not Willy Wonka. I don't sugarcoat things because I would be an injustice. This is a business. You're going to have to invest in yourself. You're going to have to invest some time, probably some money. You're going to have to get training. You know, I just think the Elite Pack is the greatest because you're getting almost $400 in training, and then for $600 extra, like the balance is $600, you're getting 1,283 subscription price products. Subscription price. So you're basically getting 50% off almost every product we have and enough training for an entire year. If you do that, that's how I can say you probably have some success. If you have the desire and you're coachable, right? I used to sell the Premier Pet, and now I'm like, no, I am doing my people an injustice. How in the world are you gonna have a skincare business without trying our skincare? How in the world are you gonna have a hair care business without trying our hair care, right? How would you even be valuable, right? And again, if someone is completely broke, and broke is, you're either poor or you're broke, they're not the same. Poor is a mindset, broke is a state of your bank account. Donald Trump was broke at one time, right? Remember how many times he's filed, and built it up? Grant Cardone just did a series, Undercover Millionaire, I think, where he was stripped of all of his money at $100. In 90 days, he built a multi-million-dollar business with $100 and just the clothes on his back. No nothing. No lodging, no nothing. For $100, yeah, you're a Grant Cardone fan. Keep on that. He is amazing. Gosh, he's like one of my favorites. He's not everybody. I love it. I'm a in-your-face kind of person, right? Coachable means don't try to get creative, right? The best thing about having a mentor is they've gone out and done it, and they can drastically reduce the time, right, of learning and growing. Like Hard Knocks, like you can do it. You can learn two ways. You can learn by modeling people, or you can learn by doing it. I promise it's much better to go and learn this, from the people. That's why I've never missed an event, because I'm like, these people are way more successful. Why wouldn't I want to go hear from them? Because if that's where I want to be with, right? Don't get any advice from someone you don't want to trade places with. Like Broke Betty, do not follow Broke Betty's advice, okay? There's always the Broke Betty in your life. Do not follow her. Okay, desire, coachable, and the big one. You could be all up in your desire and you could train, but if you don't get out there and do the work, nothing happens. Work ethic. Doing the thing you need to do. Like I said, Rachel Pekarik and I were talking the other day, and she's like, what do you think the problem is? I'm like, I think the problem is people don't want to do network marketing. They don't want to call their list of 100 people and be like, hey, are you open? Hey, Calvin, it's Tara. How are you? Good. All right. Look, I just started in my own wellness business, and I'm having my ribbon cutting ceremony virtually on Thursday at 7. It would mean the world. Would you come be a participant? How hard is that? That is not hard. Why are people so afraid of what other people think? People are like, should I post it on my Facebook? I'm like, you're starting a business. Do you want to be successful? Yes. Should you have some pride in what you're doing? For me, God, I feel great. All the people on the products, 100,000 people have taken the products. I got people making so much money and having so much fun and traveling the world. When I see all my elites and all their stories and all these people, I'm addicted to that. When I see people paying off debt or quitting their job or being able to spend more time with their kids, nothing better than that, right? Where do you post on Facebook? Do you have a business page? No, I want my entire family to know what I'm doing. Because if nothing else, like if I hadn't been posting on Facebook, I wouldn't have a Pro 8, right? It's up to them what they consume. They can unfollow me, they can unfollow you, right? I do balance. It's not like business. It's, it's my Facebook. But I always think it's weird when people are like, I don't want to tell my mom. What? Okay, well, if you went and spent $500,000 on a franchise, you wouldn't tell anybody? You just be like, no, I'm not going to tell anybody? That's so weird to me. That is so weird to me. If you're my cousin and you're a plumber, I would literally not call another plumber if you lived in my town. I would call you, right? If you're a realtor and I would call you, right? I'm like, be the LifeVantage person for your network. Be the LifeVantage person, because if your network has never called you about it, they're not in it. You will be the LifeVantage person in your network. Be proud about it. What are you doing? I'm building a global business, helping people get healthy and make extra income. Where is the where's the bad part of that? Right? You hear all these stories. Oh gosh, well, people fail. 96% of realtors don't renew their license every year. Nobody talks about that. Most small businesses aren't profitable for 5 years and then close down. Talk about people. I've known people who've lost $3 million in gyms. Nobody thought that was a bad idea, but then they spend $500 to get into a network marketing company and be like, oh, they're doing that. What? Like, what are we even talking about, people? You know, it's like, this is a decision. A decision is, hey, I'm getting married, right? Now, there's some people that elope, but for the most part, do you start telling people? Do you set a date? Do you invite people to come watch it, right? And you probably put it on Facebook, hey, I'm getting married, got your engagement picture and all that, right? You want people to know. That's something that's a milestone. Starting a business is an accomplishment. Making that decision, see, if you don't post on Facebook, it just means you're not all in yet. All in doesn't mean you work all the time. All in means when you work, you work. All in means I'm gonna do this no matter what. That's what all in means. Because if you're 99% all in, you're not in at all. You're either 100% in. Like when I got out of that event in Salt Lake City 14 and a half years ago, I would have run through a brick wall. Nothing was going to shake my belief. I said, I'm gonna be a diamond by December. It was like a Pro 8. I'm gonna be a diamond by December. This was June, you guys. I was like the equivalent of a Pro 3. And I went up to my upline and I said, I'm gonna be your first diamond. And she was like, okay. And when I was her first diamond, by the way, she had all the levels. It's like me saying, I'm gonna be your first Pro 8 and I'm a Pro 3 and you've got Pro 7s and Pro 6s and 5s, like how ridiculous would that sound? I was her first diamond. And when I told her, she said, I knew because I knew you knew. I had made the decision and I did whatever it took. I still saw my family, I still had my job, I still saw my friends, I didn't watch TV, but I committed to 2 nights a week. I was all in mentally. And that's what it takes. All in mentally. Are you capable? Yes, absolutely. Do you have the desire? Are you coachable? Are you gonna go out and do the work? Okay, like I said it earlier, our main job is inviting. We're professional inviters, which is also AKA prospecting. Prospecting is the hardest part of your business because this is where you might face questions you don't know. No one wants to be stumped. That's when you get your upline involved. Rejection, ridicule, and failure. Failure just means, oh, I've been doing it, I'm not having success, right? Track everything. Track everything because what we can track, we can grow, we can scale. Tracking means this. I talked to 100 people. I got 75 to the overview, and I enrolled 20 customers and 10 distributors. That's scalable. Now we know that for every 10 people, you're gonna enroll 3 customers and 1 distributor. That's scalable. Then you know when you have a goal, that's what you need to do, and you can also teach that to people. Now there will be variances, networks. One of the reasons Kristen Bailey was so successful and Angie Harper was so successful is because those people are community people. They are the first to step up and help you. They made deposits in other people's lives. You cannot go withdraw if you don't deposit. The single best networking tip you can have is be somebody who helps people, be someone who cares about people, be someone like if someone's, just had a baby, bring them a meal, or just be there, be part of that life. You can't just keep withdrawing if there's no balance. You have to actually add value to people's lives in some way. And you can do that in so many ways, okay? That's what I found is that people who have larger networks, even if they had nothing to do with health or fitness or stuff, have success because they're givers, right? And you know those givers. Those are also probably the most influential people in your networks because influential people seem to be the biggest givers, right? So, prospecting is kale. Like I said, nobody likes kale. I eat it almost every day. I blend it in my smoothies. I don't like it. I eat it because it's good for you, right? So it's all these things. But I don't like it. Kale tastes like dirt. If you say you like kale, it's because you put butter on it. Nobody likes the taste of kale. Nobody just sits there chomping on raw kale. If you do, you're weird. But there's those unicorns that also I like prospecting. said no one ever. But that we were talking, we're like, no one is actually doing network marketing because especially in the last couple of years, people are cocooning. They're getting away from people, right? Why isn't this filled right now? God, where are you people? There's only 17 people in Utah that are building a business? It's crazy to me. But that's also not that's obviously if this was my chair, I wouldn't be standing up here today. You know what I'm saying? Choices. It's the law of the trade-off, It's everything you want. You're going to have to give some stuff up. You are. But there's a lot of unproductive things. I call it trimming the fat. In fact, a good exercise is think about where you could trim the fat in your life, right? Going down the scroll hole, maybe set yourself a timer on Facebook or social media. I've been learning reels. So my kids were like, "Oh, look at you." I'm like, "No, I'm learning them. I'm watching network marketers and I have a pen and paper and I'm learning what they're doing and I'm copying that because these people are having success and they're enrolling 50 to 80 people a month. I'm duplicating that. I'm not here being mindlessly entertained on TikTok. I'm actually studying what people are having success." And it is mildly entertaining, right? But it's going to be more entertaining when I start doing it and get all the leads, right? So I think okay, by the way, I hate rejection, just still. So because I hate rejection, I created a script that's rejection proof because you can only get rejected if you ask a yes or no question, correct? Right? Don't ask a yes or no question. "Hey, Kathy, how are you?" Blah, 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 whatever. "Well, look, I'm calling you for a very specific reason. I just started a wellness business and just, wanting to get the word out there, like any business owner would, by the way. And I'm looking for 3 types of people. I'm looking for people who want to use our products. There's a wide array, and I'd love to send you some information so you can see if you know anybody that might want to be a customer. I think you'll find. And I might bait the hook to suit the fish. So if you are, in my opinion, someone who works out or this or that, or I've heard in other conversations that you have this ailment or whatever, I might drop, these are great ideas. People with da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, right? Compliance permits me from being able to say what I'd say. I'm looking for people with energy. I'm looking, and then I'm also looking for some business partners. We are in desperate need to get this incredible, scientific breakthrough around the product. And I think once you see this video, you'll understand why I'm so excited. And the third is referrals. So it's important for you to get a little bit of a look. I'm going to send you an 11-minute video. Will you watch it? It's an ABC Primetime investigative report that aired in 2005 when our product set on shelves that explains our breakthrough technology. It's going to blow your mind. Okay, that's what I do. I had a guy in our team named Bill. He was a pastor. We called him the pastor of disaster because he was so funny. We didn't know what he was going to say. He went Pro 5 his first month. And so we're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm doing the team call. I'm going to interview him tonight," thinking we're going to get some juicy meat on these bones. We're like, "Hey, Bill, so you've enrolled 50-something people this month, customers, distributors," and literally went Pro 5. Right in Pro 5. One or 2 months. It was really quick. And I'm thinking that we're going to get some solid trade. "What did you do?" He said, "I sent 100 people a simple text message." At this time, we were just using the first 6 minutes of the ABC Primetime, right? Now we put it on the back end because it has all the Q&A and stuff. You can see the one we use at abcyellowpill.com. Again, it's not affiliated with any person. If you say join, it'll just go to lifevantage.com and you have to put in their site. So he said this, "I sent this text to 100 people. If I send you a 6-minute video that's going to blow your mind, will you watch it?" Who the heck would say no to that? And he said most everyone said yes. And when they said yes, I called him and said, "Do you see yourself being a customer or you want to blow this business up with me?" Because all I did is send 100 people a text. And so they started doing that and boom. Don't overthink this. Try not to think how easy this is. Seriously. Can everyone do that? Even if they say no, they're saying no to watching a video. They're not saying no to you. What do you say, Tara? anything. Hey, girlfriend, I found the Fountain of Youth. You got to take a look at the 6-minute video. It's going to blow your freaking mind. I would never ignore that text from a girlfriend. Do you understand? If you're one of those dinosaur people like me that still calls people, still has like a home phone, you want people to call you back? Because I really believe that 93% of whether people say yes or no is your posture and your tone of voice. Like, you're excited, right? You got to get your belief up. Belief is something that you can transfer person to person, right? That's why knowledge is great, but activity, belief, excitement will trump it. Like what they call ignorance on fire. That's why I see like, oh, I'm going to make money. Ah. People will be like, I have no idea what you just said, but you're excited about it and you're going to be successful. I'm on a part of it. That's why my friend Tina joined. She's like, I had no idea what you talked about, but you were so excited about it that I knew that it had to be good. She goes, I have no idea what you said. Right? I just lost my train of thought. What was I about? What was I just talking about?
You're talking about sending out that video.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So just whatever, send out a video, send it to as many people. It doesn't matter what you say, right? Oh, how to call people. You really want 100% say yes, 100% people to call you back? People are so dang nosy. So I learned this from my last company. Call them, get their voicemail 99% of the time, right? Hey, it's Tara. Oh my God, I just found out about, click. 100% callback. What did you just find out about? Oh my God, I just found out about a scientific breakthrough that's going to make you live longer and feel better. Something like that. You got to watch this video today. When can you watch it? And then the Eric Worre training. If I send you a video, will you watch it? Yes. Put it in your calendar. What time are you watching it, Kathy? 7? I will call you at 7:11. Ask Marilee Marissa. She always tells the story. She was in my last company. She calls me, Tara Wilson, you're going, where are you going? And I said, are you in front of a computer? And she goes, yeah, but just tell me. I'm like, are you in front of a computer? I want you to see it the way I saw it. She goes, yes. I said, okay, I'm sending you an 11-minute video. I'm going to call you in 12 minutes. She's like, okay. Click. When I called back, I could hear the wrap-up of John Quinones' voice. And I said, so? She goes, holy cow, I'm in. Pro 8. Totally don't overthink this. Okay? So if I say, hey, Kathy, who do you know? What are you going to think of instead of saying, Kathy, will you join me? I'm not asking you to join me. Do you understand this? Who do you know? Hey, I'm looking for customers. I'm looking for business partners. And I'm looking for referrals. Who do you know that might be one of those? Can you think of a couple people that might be interested? But for you to be able to refer me to anyone, you should just definitely watch this video. Or if you're having a ribbon cutting ceremony, I call it, like a grand opening for your business. How many people have not even had a grand opening for their business? You're starting a business. Have a grand opening for your business, people, right? Say, hey, you're my friend. I'm looking for people that are end users. That's 90% of the people walk through the door. I'm looking for business partners. It's about 10%. I'm also looking for 10 people to show up just so I don't look like a dork when I have this multimillionaire on the phone. Can you just at least be one of those 10 people? Jim Rohn, right? I think he talks about that in How to Build Your Network Marketing Business. I hope you wrote all these things down because these are all things that I have read. Okay, so don't ask a rejection. Don't get rejected. Okay, another fun game I like to play is how many people could make a list of 100 people right now that are not in their business? What was the question? How many people can make a list of 100 people that are not in their business? Anybody have an iPhone that thinks they don't know 100 people? Okay, open it up. Go to the phone app, go to contacts, and scroll all the way to the bottom. No, do it. Do it with me. This is participation. My number is 3,503. I have 3,503 contacts. I'm sure there's at least about 3,200 that have never joined me. What's your number? Go all the way down. Ah, sugar. Go fast. If you're still scrolling, you got a lot of contacts. We're dead. 576. Are they all in the business? No. Woo! 1986. Are they all in the business? Okay, who else?
1,180.
Are they all in the business? Almost. Who else? Who else? You called on? Okay. Probably at least 100 that you know personally. Okay, what else? Who else? Oh, there's always that guy. What about you in the background, you girl? Wow, you must have quality relationship. Are you one of those people that is only friends with your actual friends on Facebook? Yeah, that's good though. Because I have 3,500. I probably don't even know 3,400 of them. Okay, so.
1562. Your Android has it. Just keep scrolling.
Okay. Would you, if I said everybody in here who goes and has a meaningful conversation, like the one I just had, inviting them to the tool, with 100 people, I will give you $100 per name, which is $10,000. How many people would do that? So to talk to, yeah, you would? You would, okay. So in 14 years, I've earned over $7 million. I've enrolled a few hundred in this company, a few hundred there. Let's just say that I've enrolled 700 people as distributors. That's probably actually pretty accurate, okay? Let's say that I had to talk to 7,000 people and get a 90% rejection rate to enroll 700, okay? So 6,300 said no, and 700 said yes. Are you following? You following? Do you know how much that paid me? $1,000 per person I talked to on average. I got paid 6,300. I got paid 6.3 million, $1,000 every time I heard the word no from 6,300 people. Right? So I promise you, if you go out and have 100 meaningful conversations, you could be making 10,000 a year. You can be making 10,000 a month, right? 100 good quality conversations. Get them in the funnel, get them to the information, get them into Facebook groups or on the phone, get them to opportunity overviews. See, perspective, huh?
Hey, I just had somebody message me that's watching virtually, Patty Valone. She asked if I could ask you this.
Yeah, hey.
She said, ask Tara.
Tara.
What do you do when people don't even answer you just on asking how are you?
I don't want that guy. Nothing. If I say, how are you, and they don't answer, I'd be like, man, I hope you're okay. This is why I don't know how to do it other ways. I called 100 people I knew best locally. I called my friends and I called my family. And most of them said no, and it was okay. Do you know that on the original list, probably 40 or 50 of them ended up in the last 14 years coming in as a customer distributor at some point. Like most people in my life now are at least my customer. Like most of my family, most of my friends. I have more customers and distributors that I know in this company than all my other companies combined, mostly just customers. Like, because they're like, they can't ignore me. So let's talk social media for just a couple minutes. Social media is like being a fisherman and going out and putting a pole in the water and then taking a nap and waiting for the fish to wiggle. Wiggle, 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 and then you reel it in, okay? So your business is open every day. One of the things that I do every day to open it, because I have built my social media up to a lot of people. I have 21,000 or 22,000 followers. But I remember, when the time hop, the memories come over, I go back to my post in 2008, 1 like, 0 likes, 2 likes, 1 like, 0 like. So it was progressive, right? Again, more value you give on social media, value, 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 value. And value could be like, hey, I'm gonna go on a run, I'm gonna talk to 100 people, and I'm gonna what's it called? I'm gonna videotape it. I'm gonna totally, document everything that happens. And then every day for 100 days, you're like, I'm on day 2, I'm on day 3, I'm on day 4, I'm on day 5, I'm gonna talk to 1 person a day or whatever. Whatever you're gonna do, you'll get a following. People will come even if they want to just see you fail. They'll come. to watch you burn. Be so, okay, here's my stance on social media. Remember I told you I had a friend in my mastermind made $516,000 last month in her network marketing company. She's been in her company 4 years, so she's only 31 or 32. She's not old. Another one made over $600,000 last month. You know what they have in common? When you turn on social media, you can't ignore them. They are everywhere. They talk about their product, they talk about their company, they talk about their lifestyle, they talk about their team. They are in your face. They're annoying. But guess what? They're annoying everybody, but you can't ignore them. And the more I do, the more I post. So how often should I post? As much as you can remember to post. What should I post? Anything. Follow people that are having success, like myself and Rachel and Kristen and Angie and Christy.
So that's Facebook, are they doing TikTok, are they doing TikTok?
I'm only on Instagram and Facebook. So Instagram, I have it set up. So whenever I post a story on Instagram, it automatically goes to my Facebook. So I'm putting 2 poles in the water by one effort, right? And I put stories every day. What am I doing? And it could be my daughter just got a home run. It could be I'm on a flight to, here. I got an allergy test yesterday. It could be anything. But I'm just putting stuff out there. It doesn't matter. People will watch you and they'll come back to watch you if you give them value, right? And then I sell. I'm not kidding. I sell all 11 enrollments and all 8 last month and all 8 this month are 100% from Facebook. Even if they're my friend, they're like, hey, I saw you're having a flash sale. All right, here's my credit card. While you're getting the courage to talk to your network, be at least hitting them, right? They say that most people have to see an advertisement 7 or 8 times before they'll buy a product, okay? Branding yourself. So I'm not incongruent with my brand, and I'm not making any judgments. But if I show lifestyle. I'll just go the positive way. I show working out. I show walking my 5K a day. I show myself doing personal development. I show myself eating healthy. I show myself cooking healthy. I show myself learning. I show myself attending events. I live my life. My brand is who I am. So I'm looking to attract people. You can't be incongruent. Right? No offense to smokers, but I think it's odd when I walk out of a LifeVantage convention, I see people smoking. It's like, wow, it just went right in and out the other. Like, get that fixed, right? At least try to be progressing toward a healthy life, right? And so that's my brand. People know that I care about health. They know that I care about the business. They know that I'm all in. So when you're looking for someone to join, do you want someone a little bit in or all in? All in. Do you want a person that leads by example or just is a hot mess, right? You all have the opportunity at every level, brand new or not, to brand yourself. I'm proud to be a network marketer, and everybody knows that. I'm proud to be in LifeVantage, and everybody knows that. I'm gonna shout from my rooftop. I even put in my stories, I'm gonna annoy you for the rest of your life if you follow me, but I'm never gonna stop because every person I annoy, there's someone that's life changes from me posting every single day. I say that kind of stuff. I'm honest with people. Follow me, right? So I'm proud. I'm proud of our network marketing model, right? I promise you, when you see all these people that are having unusual success in network marketing on social media, you don't have to guess. Are they still in? Are they going to show up at the event? Are they walking their walk? Are they having sex? They're going to see it. And guess why they're enrolling so many people? Because people want to join successful people. People want to join people who know who they are, know where they're going, and are going there. Do you understand that? Your vibe will attract your tribe. What vibe are you putting out? Right? You have to be mindful and be a little bit bold. For every person who's worried about what their girlfriend from high school is going to mock at the next reunion, just remember that billionaire Kim Kardashian is selling underwear and lip gloss on her Instagram. And then Kendall was selling Febreze. Go do you, boo. Okay? Like literally, if you're not posting because you're worried about what someone in 1990 at high school really would think about you, it's not my job to worry about the mockers. Let mockers live small lives and be mockers. Don't be afraid to shine. I'm going to tell you the best gift that you guys can give yourself, I wish I could go for another hour, is the gift of overriding your subconscious. I would recommend starting here. The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by James Murray. Dr. I just listened to it twice in its entirety, sorry. Oh my God, I have a lot of messages. Hey. The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murray. The Biology of Belief by Bruce Lipton. Limitless by Jim Quick is a good brain one. God, there's so many. Ooh, just trying to give you a few. Oh, yeah. Get Over Your Damn Self is one of my favorite network marketing books. She actually tells you how it is. She's a top earner. That's Romy Neustadt, R-O-M-I. Just put in how to Get Over Your Damn Self. The Subtle Art of Not Giving Up. Bleep. That's good. Atomic Habits is good. The Power of Habits God. The Strangest Secret. Have you guys ever even listened to that 30-minute audio, The Strangest Secret? Do that. 30 minutes. Do it on your way home. Everyone. All of them. Best advice if you want to start binging is called Scribed, SCRBD. Aw, thanks. I love you too, Andrea. It's SCRIBD. It's $9.99 a month, unlimited. So that's why I'm pumping out 3 audios a week, because I'm too cheap. I don't want to pay $30 a week.
And what is SCRIBD?
Yeah, Scribed. It's $9.99 a month. Man, I should give myself an affiliate link. I recommend that so much. Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself is really good. By anything Joe Dispenza. He is a completely one of the world's best. The Pose follow him. I know a lot of the people follow him. He is a mindset person. Anything Joe Dispenza. The Secret. Have you guys done The Secret? Do The Secret.
How do you say his name again?
Joe Dispenza, Dispenza. Anything Gay Hendricks. Anything Don Miguel Ruiz, the guy that did the 4 Agreements, the 3 Questions. Here's a good one. The 3 Questions. Oh, that's so good. God, I can give you so many. I just tell my team, like, where are you struggling? I'll give you the exact recipe. And one of the things that Kristen Bailey did when she sat on my couch, and she's like, I'll do whatever you do. I'll do whatever you say. I'm like, you'll do whatever I say, even if it sounds irrational. She goes, yeah. It was 3 weeks before Indianapolis, and we lived in California. And she has a little boy who's, was autistic and 4. And I said, you'll be in Indianapolis in 3 weeks. And she's like, panic, sheer panic. And I was like, I told her upline, I won't name their upline, one of her upline, I'm like, I'm glad you weren't there because you would have made excuses for her. But I didn't. I told her she needed to be there, and she was. And she's still one of the most coachable people I've ever worked with. Hope you're listening. Every book I tell her to read, she reads it. Every book. And believe me, I'm sorry, Kristen, it's like 3 a week right now. The 3 questions to find your way in this world you need to ask yourself. First, who am I? You will know that by when you realize who you are not. That's a good book, the whole book. Second, you must ask yourself, what is real? Well, you know what's real when you accept what is not real, right? What is not real? You are capable, right? You are worthy. When you realize, you look at it, the 3 questions by Don Miguel Ruiz. And third, you must ask yourself, what is love? You will realize what love is when you realize what love is not, right? It's a pretty interesting perspective. That's one of my new favorites that I just did. Let's see, what else? Gosh, I should. Maybe I'll post it in LifeVantage distributors. There's like 300 though. The Answer, which is the sequel to The Secret, is the quantum physics explanation of how The Secret works, which is also the one I'm doing right now. It's like a 14-hour audiobook by Joe Dispenza. It's teaching you how to tap into your brain energy.
Okay, so is that similar to Rhonda Burns?
Yeah, they're all kind of in the same world. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. See, I think this stuff's so much better than CSI and Law and Order and what else is on. That's probably like 20 years ago. I don't even know if they're still on. Joe Dispenza anything.
And then is he the secret person?
No, that's like John Asseroff and Murray Smith and Rhonda Burns, I think.
Yeah, but what's the last thing you said?
Oh.
Of how the secret is?
The Answer. That's by yeah, that's by. Any other questions? Thank you for bringing that one in from home. And I hope you guys, I shouldn't say that. If you guys need anything, let me know. Just kidding. I'll be on a plane. No, just kidding. I'm going to see if there's any questions. Aw, I love you, Kristen. Oh, man. Woo. Thank you. Oh, I'm asking. I hope you find this helpful. What couple call to action? Number 1 is dream a bigger dream. Go write yourself a bigger goal. And it should make you feel a little uncomfortable when you make it like you're going to hear, your subconscious is going to go, oh my gosh, you're being so unreasonable. That's not likely to happen. Oh, not you. How are you going to do it? There are holidays coming up and this is going up and I've had this and all that. And all of a sudden, you got to keep reinforcing it. Put your goal in front of you every day. Make it public, right? Or just kick ass and then tell everybody about it, whatever. So go do something. Go reach out while your 97% of your subconscious isn't activated till you sleep tonight. Right now, everything you heard, you're going to be fresh, you're going to be motivated, you're going to be inspired, right? You're going to go take action on it, okay? Because tomorrow you're going to be like, right? Do something every day. Put yourself on a path of personal development. It's the single best thing you can do. It is your best business tool because it's not 95% or 99% or whatever you feel. Your success is 100% mindset. If you think you can or think you can't, you're absolutely right. Okay? Everything that is an excuse in your head is just a lie. Someone that had it worse off than you did it anyway. Okay? And just when you want to feel sorry for yourself, just think about the guy with no arms and no legs who's a motivational speaker. I love that guy. Or think about Brittany Hamilton that got her arm and is still a professional. I'm like, man. There's like every time everyone puts their problems in a pile. When you see everyone else's, you just want to pull yours back and be like, I'm just kidding. So take action, do some ITT, set yourself some goals, and even if it's just this next week's Thanksgiving, put yourself a ghost calendar. And stop saying instead of when can't I, when can you? When can you do income generating activities? When can you take 15 minutes to post on social media or learn about social media? We've got great social media guides if you need that. You can also just use Google. Put it in your calendar. And I bet you're going to be surprised at how little you're actually working. When someone says 10 hours a week, are you ITTing for 10 hours a week? Everything else is just organization. When you're talking to prospects, that's working. When you're because we only get paid one way, only one, when someone buys product, long-term and short-term. And every chance that you're in an interaction where someone can make a decision to buy a product, that's when you're working. Put yourself in those situations. I mean, the hourly rate is astronomical in network marketing. You want to make $300 an hour? They talk about that in Get Over Your Damn Self. Put your number. How much do you want to make an hour, right? Start building your own worth. Start designing your life. Start designing your plan. And you'll find the people, you'll attract the people that will be part of that plan, right? Just keep going down the corridor, keep building your belief, keep building your skills, keep building your mindset, keep building your value, and I promise it literally it compounds, okay? And if you guys have any questions, I don't think we have to go quite yet, right? So I'll hang out.
Again, ABC little yellow pill?
ABC yellow pill.
Just yellow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see, what time's my flight?
You're so fast.
Oh, I'm sorry. But I'm doing like 7 hours training in 4.5. I'm like that 1.5 speed on your Audible. Oh, how long does it take to get to the airport? I don't even know. What? Oh, yeah. Thank you all for watching at home. I love you.
Yes, thank you all. We look forward to you guys next event.